Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 8th of January 2019. Thank you for joining me. These readings are for everyone who watches them. Like I've mentioned in the past couple of videos, what I do is while I shuffle the cards, I ask the tarot to show me the energy of Tuesday, the 8th of January, and what the day is about and how we can use the energy to our advantage so that we can have the best day possible. So these readings apply to all signs of the zodiac. They apply to everyone who watches. And if you're watching this video, you're watching it because some kind person in the past decided to share this one of my videos on Facebook or on Twitter or Instagram or somewhere else, because I don't advertise. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has shared and shares my videos, because that is the only way other people will find me and will know that I exist and that I do these readings. And I really love doing these readings. And the more people that watch them, the happier I am. So let's have a look at what the energy is about today and what you'll be working with. So we have lightning striking, and I think that's the Tower, and we've had that so often lately. Wow. Then we have the Lovers, amazing. And then we have the Explorer of Water. So great. Okay, so the 16th card of the Major Arcana, that is the Tower. And the Tower represents a structure in your life that is struck by lightning and it is blown to smithereens, and that structure no longer houses you, it no longer protects you, but also it no longer keeps you stuck and keeps you within that belief system or that rigid way of living, or under the control of the master of the tower, or whatever the situation may be. In this deck, we've got lightning striking a tree and people flying with the lightning in a way. So either they live in the tree or they're coming down with this lightning, which is some sort of angry message from the universe that, no, we're rejecting this. This is not what we want. And it starts burning this tree down, and it's really destroying something that has lived and been present for many, many years. I mean, some of these trees can be thousands of years old. So there's an added element of tragedy here, because something that's natural and beautiful and is one of the lungs of our planet is really destroyed here for no real reason. It seems arbitrary, and it burns down and it no longer supports us. And this thing that's been on the top of the hill for years and years and years is now gone, and something else is going to take its place, whether someone decides to build a house there or plant a new tree. The point is that something that has been there for years and that you never thought was going to leave, leaves. So there's a vacuum that's left. Whenever something is destroyed, a space is created. The Tower card often seems very negative, because when we go through change in life, it's not pleasant. And these kind of things particularly aren't pleasant, because they're unexpected, they're inconvenient, they're violent and brutal, and it's just like, wow, I have to contend with things out of my control. Events, external events are having a direct influence on my life and creating space in my life. Now, I have to look at the good side of this, and what I'm getting is the goddess Kali from Hinduism, and she was created by Brahman because his universe was getting fuller and fuller, and he gave her the task of bringing death and destruction to his universe. So there was always this recognition thousands of years ago that we can't just have eternal life, that we need to have destruction for something new to appear. And it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. This tree, beautiful tree that everyone thought was going to be there forever, is going to burn down and is going to be reduced to ash. And from that ash, something else is going to rise, something surprising, something totally unexpected. And it does create a vacuum. It fills you with a sense of, okay, what are my possibilities now? I can't, let's say these people lived in the tree. I can't live here anymore. I'm going to have to find new shelter. I'm going to have to find somewhere else to live. If it was an ideology, because the tower can represent, this is the way we do it. It can represent a discipline or a force in your life, like your parents saying your curfew is at 10 o'clock, or it can be society saying that same-sex relationships in this country are not acceptable, and that is the tower, and that's the way it's going to be. So when that is destroyed, the rules change. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 is mind and creativity. So in terms of your mind, some rules change, something is altered, there's a space that's created in your mind, and you see something for the first time that's been right in front of your nose, and you've never noticed it before. And because of this external influence, you now have the ability to perceive something in a completely different way. The next card is the Lovers, and the Lovers is the major arcana card. So the Two of Cups represents lovers as well, and it represents a relationship that's temporary, where two kindred spirits come together and they teach each other. The Lovers is a major permanent theme. So these are twin flames. They're meant to be together. They're on their last lifetimes. They're enlightened. They're not coming back, and they've incarnated in this lifetime to be together and to bring beauty and peace and love to the world and to spread love. And it's interesting that this card is next to that card because it indicates such a conflict. Destruction and death and burning things down, and love and building and creating new life and sharing this energy of peace and love and turning ugly ducklings into swans and everything being possible. You know, when you're in love on this kind of level, anything is possible. They're holding she's holding this beautiful red rose there. Little bumblebee is pollinating it, and it's passion between them, but it's also a pure, divinely ordained love. Finally, we have the Explorer of Water, and the Explorer of Water is like the Knight of Water. He doesn't quite know how to surf yet. He's not the king of water. He doesn't rule the waves. He doesn't say, smooth, please, and the wave stops. And he doesn't have the power to control the oceans. He has the ability to try and master the element of water, and he's doing quite well. So a Knight of Water is going to be extreme in the sense that he wants to have fun and he's playing and he's trying to master surfing in this case and his balance and all of that. The dolphins are playing with him, and it's about joy and fun and discovering new things that you can feel and do and take part in. And the more he gets to know the water, the more he's going to become experienced and the more he's going to rule that element. But he's quite far from that. So water is a symbol of love, spirituality, creativity, and family. And Explorer, it's interesting that I chose this deck for today's reading. And an explorer is someone who really has no clue about what he's going to find. It's just someone who takes a risk, who goes out and says, I'm going to look at what's out there. Wow, I found a surfboard. Let's try this and let's go for it. And I'm riding the wave and it's fun and I've explored something new and I've really learned something new here in my life. So the Lovers is at the center of this reading. So you're being given a gift today. The Lovers is always a card that is a gift of love, whether it comes via another person or seeing yourself for the beautiful person that you truly are, or for recognizing your power, that you can spread a positive message, or that you can attract love, or that you have the infinite ability to be yourself and to overcome your difficulties and to keep your heart open and to be the person you want to be and to spread a message of peace and love in the world. Those are all gifts. A realization, a recognition that you have real power and that you can be a force for good and that you can spread love and make the world a better place, as corny and cheesy as that sounds. But that's the center. So I really feel you're being given a gift. But if we're looking at this in terms of a storytelling perspective, his home is blown up, whether it's the rigid rules of his father who said, don't go out into the world, it's dangerous, or whether he lived there and his home is now destroyed. He has no choice but to get creative and to explore. And he decides to go in that direction, and he happens to find the sea. And he explores the sea, and he looks around at the beach, and he says, oh great, there's a hut and I can live there, and there's also this neglected surfboard, so let's go swimming and have fun and all of that stuff. And because something is destroyed, something no longer has power over you. That's what I'm being told. You're able to explore freely as you will. And water, remember, is love and spirituality and creativity and all of those things. And because you're forced almost to explore, you're given a gift, because that exploration ends with you finding the Lovers and finding something within yourself, or finding another person, or finding your true power, or finding a meditation practice that really gives you internal peace and that makes you feel in love with yourself and the universe, regardless of the format this takes for you. It's as a result of having to move forward and having to explore different ways of doing things, because the old ways have been taken away from you. So expect things to happen. This is a day where things are going to take place that are out of your control. You can react a certain way. You can sit there and weep over the ruins of the tree that's been there for 1,000 years, and you can try and bring it back, whereas the reality is gone and you can't bring it back. So acceptance is the key here. You need to accept the thing that comes undone in your life and find a different way to move forward, because life is always going to go on. If something leaves your life, it simply creates space for something else to come in, and you take a more constructive approach. So rather than staying put and weeping over the loss, be constructive and look to the future and say, okay, I need to find housing, I need to find a different structure that will lead you to make new friends, to explore something really new, and that will give you a gift. And that will fill this vacuum with something that is beyond your wildest dreams, that is beyond what you could have imagined, and it's really the universe conspiring to present you with a gift. to present you with a gift, but only if you do the work by exploring, not by staying put, but by moving forward and having a constructive and productive frame of mind. 16 and 1 is 17. 17 and 6 is 23. I think that's exactly the same as the numbers I had yesterday. 2 and 3 is 5, and 5 is about freedom. So you find freedom in your life here through love. Love frees you. Whether it's the way you see yourself, or the way you see men or women, or the state of the world, you're freed in some way, and love unshackles you and unburdens you, and you're really able to thrive and fly and succeed. And that's what I got visually at the beginning of this reading, a bird taking off. And that's what's happening to you today. You are spreading your wings and you're taking off and really empowered by love and by the universe giving you a giant dose of love, and one that is not subtle and small, but that really is amazing and that you feel. So you look in the mirror today for the first time maybe, and you say, do you know what? I look beautiful. And say to yourself, I love you, and thank you for being there for me, and thank you for taking such good care of me. And that's freedom from self-criticism and self-loathing. And the greatest gift, if someone comes into your life today, be open to that, because the potential is for that person to be your soulmate, to be your twin flame. So get ready to receive some presents today. Get ready to receive some gifts. Be open. Open your arms and say, universe, I'm ready to receive the gifts that you've got for me today. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I'm ready. I deserve it. So have a lovely day. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. Please subscribe to this channel and share the videos if you like the video. I would appreciate that ever so much. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.